Hi, I'm Omri from Acerto, and in this video, I'd like to introduce the idea of authorization for GenAI. GenAI chatbots are quickly becoming the new UX paradigm, and building enterprise chatbots that can combine the power of LLMs and use your corporate data is becoming a hot topic. But how do you get your chatbot to respect the permissions that people have to various documents across your enterprise? Let's spend a few minutes diving into how to build an access control aware chatbot. This walkthrough is based on some excellent work that our friends at Pinecone did, combining their vector database and our permissioning system. Thanks, Pinecone. The technique we're going to explore is called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG for short. With RAG, you can use an off-the-shelf LLM like OpenAI to generate an answer, but you provide some of your company's specific data as part of the context of the request. Let's look at this in action. So on the left here, I have a chatbot that I've created, and I'm going to index a set of documents from our Google Drive. And when that's done, I'll be able to ask this chatbot some questions that will actually draw context from documents that I have permission. So for example, I'll ask, what abstracts did we submit to Developer Week 2025? And when the LLM comes back, it'll basically give me a set of abstracts that we actually did submit. And this is based on this document over here that it was able to index. And if I use a different user, logged in with another user that doesn't have access to this document, this user shouldn't be able to see this content. And here's the magic. If I go to this document and I want to share it with that user, so we're going to share it with the alter ego here, making an editor, and ask the same question again, we now should be able to get similar results to what we got from the first user. So how did this actually work underneath the covers? Let's look at the two phases of what happened here. The first phase is called indexing. So we have a set of webhooks that we've connected to a set of inputs. So for example, in this particular demo, we have a set of Google Drive documents that we were able to get events for every time they change content or every time their permissions have changed. And once we do that and deliver those webhooks to an indexer service, that indexer service then will call a GenAI API, such as OpenAPI, to compute embeddings for those documents. Then we store those embeddings in a vector database, such as Pinecone. And then finally, we store relationships between users and these documents. So for example, who's an owner, who's a viewer, who's an editor of each of these documents. So this is what happens during indexing. And then during retrieval and generation, we basically run this process backwards. So when a user, like myself, typed a request into a chatbot, that chatbot will then go retrieve the set of documents that match the embedding that got generated from that prompt from Pinecone. Then it will retrieve the permissions of all those documents and filters the set of documents that it will use as a candidate set to enhance the prompt with, down to only the documents that a user has access to. And finally, it will add these documents to the context window along with a query of the original user. Let's go back and look at what the indexer did in terms of storing relationships into Acerto. We're going to go into the Acerto console and check out what documents we indexed. And in fact, we have a Developer Week 2025 session abstracts document. And as you can see, it's has relationships with two users, One of them is the owner, Omri, the work Omri, and the alter ego Omri personal, who's the writer. Now, if you go back to the document and remove access to this personal Omri, remove the access of the alter ego, and we go back to the console here, we should see that this alter ego Omri no longer has access to that document. If we go back to the other window where the personal Omri had access until just now, and we type in the same query, we can see that the chatbot no longer has access to that document. So in this video, we went through an example of an enterprise chatbot that is permission aware. Thanks for watching, and for more information about our access control for generative AI solutions, please visit our website at edisoro.com. Thank you so much.